Hello, Wagwan, Shalom. So we had the press conference. Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte. It was pretty lame, right? Pretty GAY in the house. I mean, it was just like uninteresting. You could get some interesting stuff out of it, but the actual chat was pretty uninteresting. They were like slapping each other on the back, saying how great it was. Oh, we never imagined we'd be here, really? I mean, I think you both knew there was a good chance you're going to be top heavyweights. In fact, Tyson's been going on for years about how he was always going to be a heavyweight champion, so I don't think it's that big a surprise. Just slap each other on the back. It was like sort of two guys flirting, who were about to go into business with each other, saying about how great each other's company is. Not two guys about to fight for the heavyweight championship. Yeah, I was a bit surprised, man, and all the build-up has been dry. It's all been about the contract, this, that, and the other, stipulation, money, pay-per-views, escrow. That was the majority of the talk, In the old days in boxing, it'd just be about the fight. They'd tell you, yeah, they're getting X million, 10 million, and the other guy's getting 12 million. They'll probably get it wrong anyway, but you might not bother. You wanted to know what's going to happen with the fight, Not every boxing fan is like a commercial expert, a legal expert on contracts. It's a joke, man. It's whack. I mean, people shouldn't be worrying about that stuff. Let the management worry about that. We're boxing fans. We want to know about the fight, man. You know what I'm saying? We should be buzzing for this. It's the world heavyweight championship. Two Brit guys. When's the last time that happened? Luis Bruno. Yeah. That was a massive fight. I think that was probably a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger because Bruno had been like the alleged darling of boxing for so long, and Lennox was a bit of the new dog on the block and sort of Canadian, and blah blah. There was a bit of beef. There hasn't been any beef here really, much at all. The beef has been in between like the lawyer and Fish Eyes. Yeah, the lawyer Hines, whoever, I don't know, who knows who really hiring this guy and what for. Yeah. And Fish Eyes, aka Brick Top, aka allegedly FW. It's a bit weird, man. There should be nothing bigger, no bigger buzz, than lead up and a fight for the World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, there's nothing bigger than that, except maybe the Indy 500 or a piece of pussy. But barring those two, this should be the biggest event. And we haven't really been treated very well. Dillian Whyte didn't turn up to the press conference, the first one. He wasn't there at the open workout, whatever reason. And now we get a boring press conference. We expected them to kick off, to insult each other, but, we're going to watch the highlights in a minute, but, and make some comments on it. But, I was a bit disappointed. The whole thing was very, very civil, unexpectedly so, Like I said, it was like two old friends just chatting about how great it was to be pals again and meeting up after all these years, It was pathetic, man. And like I said, it's almost like someone had a word. There's been all kinds of problems in this build-up, It's almost like someone very powerful, from maybe a secret society had a word with the participants and told them to get it together. Yeah, there's also a lot of heat going on with the DHMTK type thing. Tyson looked a bit edgy at times, especially at the end of the press conference at the face-off. Yeah, we'll deal with that. He's been talking about retirement again. Now, he does this quite a lot, but I actually don't believe he's lying necessarily. I believe he feels, you know what, I've had enough of this game. I'm going to do this fight. I want to chill out. And there's part of him that likes being in the spotlight, But there's part of him that doesn't. I mean, he's had a lot of pressure. He's been gang-stalked, basically. Yeah, and when those dark days when he's on the yayo and getting his drink on and was like 30 stone, he didn't want to return to that. The eyes on him all the time. I think that's why he escapes to Morecambe. He wants the quiet stuff as well. He wants it both ways, I guess, which is fine, But he's never going to get out of the public eye and get his head down. Not unless he moves to I don't know. And where does no one know Tyson Fury? Maybe somewhere in Mongolia. And Antarctica, there's some weird stuff going on in Antarctica. Maybe they don't know what's going on there. They don't care. But yeah, Tyson Fury, and I'm cool for him to have a good life. However, he changes his mind all the time. I think he probably thinks I'm going to retire. Yeah, you know what, I had enough, I'm going to retire. But, having said that, they always say, whenever a fighter starts talking about retirement, and they mean it, it's bad news. There have been so many times guys like Cotto and people like that said, yeah, I think this could be my last fight. They're expected to win and end up taking the loss. They lose their edge a bit. So, I don't know, man. I don't think so with Tyson, because he said this before. It's not like a new thing, and he's always a bit nuts. I wouldn't read too much into that, but he's obviously a bit edgy as well, Tyson. With what was going on with Kinahan and MTK? I mean, he's involved in one way or another. I mean, what I mean is, nothing illegal necessarily, but when you got some, as much contact with an illegal organisation, then they're going to look at you, and he don't want people looking at his finances and his private stuff. I think it must be in his head a bit, but having said that, he doesn't seem to have been too affected by it, which is interesting. Anyway, let's look at some of the alleged highlights of the press conference, the ones that they were, and see what we think about this.
Me and him didn't think we'd be doing 90-odd thousand people at Wembley. You got Mr. Golden Bollocks, haven't you? He's been stopped by a middleweight. And that's it. Where is he now? We're here, we're representing, and we're going to put on a good show, Yeah,
Mr. Golden Bollocks. I mean, yeah, it's good of Tyson Fury to have a nice dig at Gay J. And it's funny that how things turned, Gay J was like in Wembley, and he was like, yeah, I'm going to fight you, Tyson, you fat effer, when you sort yourself out. And, things have changed a bit now. It's always nice to see Gay J, get dug out.
Who was there helping me prepare for a fight, you know what I mean? It's not about, I beat him up in a spar or he beat me up in a spar. We was there working together, and we were good friends together. We went out for a drink, we ate together, we slept together. He was part of our team.
No, bro. Oh, bro, we didn't sleep together, bro.
I'm sorry, man.
No, we didn't sleep together, bro. We slept in a similar surrounding, but not together, bro. Relax.
Yeah, we didn't sleep together, bro. Yeah, that Dean, a.k.a. Lamar, is there. He featured later. He's like, what? But, yeah. I mean, that was a bit weird. I mean, yeah, you could say it's just slip of the tongue. Or maybe it's, I don't know, maybe there's some reality there. I don't know, man. I don't think Fury's fruity, but other people have mentioned it. So, in the comments and stuff. And you know what's happening afterwards, like Lamar looking at evils at Whyte. Whyte's denying. He goes, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I never sleep with Tyson. Lamar's like, you swear on me, Dillian. Yeah, you swear on me. But yeah, it was. That's probably the highlight of the whole press conference, to be clear.
You've been trying so very hard for so very long to climb to the very top of the mountain.
That's what she said. Sorry, no, I joke. No, go on.
Hopefully you'll make your own people very happy on Saturday night. But in order for that to happen...
Yeah, Dempsey, the school teacher, you've been trying so hard and trying so very long to climb the top of the mountain. Yeah, that's what she said. I mean, they all start joking, right? And Dempsey's a bit embarrassed. He's like a school teacher, isn't he? But there's an in-joke going on here, right? Everyone's laughing. The guy in the middle, is it the berth or whatever, top rank, leans over to Paul Dempsey, whispers in his ear, probably going, you know what he's talking about? He's talking about Lamar, bruv. When he says she, he means Lamar. And you can see Tyson knows the joke as well. He's having a little giggle. All the cameras show. They know what they're talking about. They're talking about Lamar and, being the wife of Dillian.
It means everything to be fighting in my own country. And for the world title, especially at Wembley, is not too far from where I'm from. It means everything. It's massive. This is the moment I'm waiting for.
Yeah, it means everything for me to fight in my own country. Yeah, I mean, I'm not making a big deal out of this, but Dillian's always said he's born in Jamaica. He left there when he was 13 after someone attacked him with a hammer over allegedly some batty business. But yeah, I mean, he's always said he's proud to be Jamaican. It's just, he's now going, in my home country, in my hometown. I don't know. I wouldn't read too much into that. I suppose he spent most of his life in London.
It'll be easier for everybody if everybody sits down. It'll be easier for everybody if you can do that. Thank you very much.
This is hilarious. Like, what's his name? Is it Paul Dempsey? You know, he's been around for years, and he just doesn't seem to age, man. I don't know what he's drinking. Adrenochrome, some blood. I don't know, man. But he doesn't seem to have aged. He's been around for, I don't know, 30 years, it seems. And he's always like a sort of slightly awkward school teacher. He's like, come on, it's all work much better if we all sit down. He's like a geography teacher, you know, where he's in a inner city, teaches in an inner city school, and he doesn't know how to handle the kids, man, the youths. And now, this will work much better if we all sit down. Egypt.
Guys over it. Go time.
Yeah, and then then you get the only little bit of aggro. So all that talking and facing off, and big Lamar with his huge head. He's got a massive head. I just realised, right? You know, big tall man. You know, much bigger than Dillian. You know, it's weird. Anyway, he's the bottom, and he's getting in the face, chatting with John Fury. You can't really hear with the mic, but they're all having a little row. Everyone sort of started to crowd round, and then Tyson starts getting a bit annoyed and taking charge. Like, oh, get back! You know, what do you lot get back? Everyone move back! Everyone move back! Make some room. Like that, you know, he's like slightly losing his temper, you know, he's like, it's just quite weird because Tyson's usually kind of cool-headed in these kind of situations. And then, you know, like I said, big Dean, aka Lamar, starts jawing, and, you know, there's a little bit of grief, but then they quickly get together, do the face-off, and they're all pals again. And there's a slightly fruity moment where Dillian, you know, strokes Tyson's shoulder, and Tyson laughs and has a giggle. I don't know, it's so weird the way the whole mood's changed, you know, they're all big pals now, you know, all big old pals, you know, slapping each other on the back and saying, yeah, no, we're looking forward to the fight, it's going to be a great fight, you know, it's really civil. It's a bit odd, because they were trading barbs for a few months, you know, mainly to do with you know, the whole person, the whole contract, and you know, and there were allegations about knocking each other down and sparring. I don't know, man, but it's all very odd where everything's really civilized now. They're all big pals, so let's hope we get a good fight. That's all I hope. Yeah, sorry, man, I had to shut my dog up. He went off like against some imaginary attacker or something, going nuts. But he's the most placid dog, you know. But sometimes, you know, he's a dog, isn't he? But yeah, the other things that I thought was a bit odd. Yeah, you know, like yeah, you can imagine what's his name, Lamar later. Dean saying to Lamar, no, look, woman. You know, I don't know what he's talking about, man. Me only like the big burly black man, like my woman, Big Dean, you know. Blood clot, don't you worry about no Tyson Fury. Me, I no sleep with no white man. Or something like that. Yeah. And the other, I saw Shane Fury being interviewed afterwards. I almost didn't recognise him, yeah. He's lost a lot of weight. Big Shane. You know, and he's had his long, you know, shaggy hair trimmed. He looks respectable, man. You know, I don't like this look, to be honest. I don't really like this look. He looks like a middle class rugby player, you know, rather than a big rough old traveller, which he always looked like. You know? But yeah, I think you know, when Wilder's wife called him fat and ugly, yeah, I think since then he's cleaned up his act a bit. I think it got to him. You know, everyone's got an ego, you know, and being rinsed out to the world about being fat and ugly. Yeah, you know, I got to him. He's looking, I don't know, man. I guess if he's healthier, it's better. But I did quite like the fat, you know, the fat look. And the other thing, I got about the press conference. I do like that Sugar Hill. You know, I don't really know how good he is as a trainer, but Tyson obviously likes him, and you know what? There's my dog again. You know, he just talks chill. You know, he talks civil. You know, he doesn't talk about himself all the time like a lot of these people do. You know, these trainers. It's all about them, innit? Because they get the reflected glory. They got to justify the fact that they're a great trainer.